Welcome to today's story, where we explore a timeless lesson from the life of Buddha. Have you ever felt consumed by anger or frustration, unable to find peace within yourself? In this tale, we follow a young man named Arjuna, who struggles with these very emotions. Seeking guidance, he turns to Buddha, who offers him a simple yet profound way to calm his mind and discover inner peace. Join us as we delve into this inspiring story and uncover how we too can cultivate a tranquil and peaceful mind. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a wise sage named Gautam Buddha. People traveled from far and wide to seek his wisdom, for they knew he held deep insights into life's greatest mysteries. Among these seekers was a young man named Arjuna, whose heart was heavy with anger and restlessness. Despite his best efforts, he could not find peace within himself. One day, driven by desperation, Arjuna decided to visit the Buddha. He had heard stories of how the Buddha's teachings transformed lives, and he hoped they might help him too. As he approached the serene monastery where the Buddha resided, a sense of calm washed over him. The air was still, birds sang softly, and the sweet scent of blooming flowers filled the breeze. Arjuna found the Buddha sitting under a large banyan tree, surrounded by his disciples. The Buddha radiated an unshakable peace, as though he were one with the earth itself. Bowing respectfully, Arjuna poured out his troubles. "Great teacher," Arjuna began, "I am consumed by anger and turmoil. No matter what I do, I cannot calm my mind. I lash out at those I love, and I feel constantly at war with myself. Please, help me find peace." The Buddha looked at Arjuna with kind eyes and said, "My child, the mind is like a turbulent river. When you fight against its currents, they grow stronger, pulling you deeper into chaos. But if you learn to let go, to observe the currents without resistance, the river will calm, and so will your mind." Though Arjuna listened intently, he struggled to fully grasp the meaning. Sensing his confusion, the Buddha rose and led him to a nearby pond. The water was crystal clear, perfectly reflecting the sky and surrounding trees. "Stir the water with this stick," the Buddha instructed, handing Arjuna a small branch. Arjuna obeyed, stirring the water until it became cloudy and disturbed. The reflections vanished, replaced by ripples and waves. "Now," the Buddha asked gently, "can you see your reflection in the water?" Arjuna shook his head, realizing that the agitated water could no longer mirror the world around it. "Set the stick down and wait," the Buddha advised. Arjuna placed the stick aside and watched as the water gradually stilled. The ripples faded, and clarity returned, allowing the reflections to reappear. After some time, the pond was once again calm and clear. "Do you see?" the Buddha asked softly. "The water represents your mind. When you are agitated, angry, or anxious, your mind becomes clouded, and you lose the ability to see things clearly. But when you let go and allow your mind to settle, clarity returns. You can once again perceive the world as it truly is." Arjuna nodded, the lesson resonating deeply within him. "But Master," he asked, "how can I stop stirring the waters of my mind? How can I let go of my anger?" The Buddha smiled and replied, "The key is mindfulness. When you feel anger rising, do not fight it. Instead, observe it. Acknowledge its presence without judgment. Understand that it is a temporary visitor, not a permanent resident of your heart. When you do this, you will find that the anger loses its power over you, and the waters of your mind will begin to calm." He continued, "This requires practice. Like the pond, your mind will not always be still. There will be storms and ripples. But with patience and perseverance, you can cultivate a mind as calm as this pond, capable of reflecting the truth of the world without distortion." Arjuna left the monastery that day with a newfound understanding. He began practicing mindfulness daily, observing his thoughts and emotions without attachment. Over time, he noticed his anger subsiding, replaced by a deep sense of peace. Whenever agitation arose, he remembered the lesson of the pond and allowed his mind to settle, welcoming clarity and calmness back into his life. As months passed, Arjuna's transformation became evident to all. He was known throughout the village as a man of great wisdom and inner peace, all thanks to the Buddha's teachings. Moral of the story: the Buddha's lesson reminds us that true peace comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering the world within. When we let go of our struggles, observe our emotions without judgment, and allow our minds to settle, we uncover the profound calmness that resides at the heart of our being. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. May this story inspire you to embrace mindfulness and nurture a peaceful mind.